CBS 21 News begins with breaking news.
Today was about performance for some of them, but today for us is about results. Results that improve the lives of Americans, regardless of their race, religion, color, or creed. It does not matter.
Here it is. The breaking news has arrived. The House has passed the so-called Big Beautiful Bill. It was narrow. It was along party lines almost exclusively. And the massive tax and immigration spending bill now heads to President Trump's desk, meeting his Independence Day deadline. Thanks for being here at 5. I'm Joel D. Smith. So it crosses that finish line after weeks of what some would say is chaos on Capitol Hill. Trump and his allies in Congress working day and night to try to get this thing done. Republican holdouts in both chambers had to be talked to. But once it passed, House Speaker Mike Johnson hoped this will now be time for calm on the floor and unity.
We all should be united in that. We are. We have squabbles, we have partisan debates and all of this, but at the end of the day, we're all Americans, man. And we gotta believe that. We gotta know it. We gotta recognize that we live in the greatest nation in the history of the world. It's not even close.
The president expected to sign that bill quickly into law once again tomorrow. So many Republicans are celebrating the bill being passed. Here is one of them. Dan Muser represents Lebanon County, among other places. Says he hopes the bill will put more money in the pockets of American families and strengthen security across the southern border. He also says this is, quote, just the beginning of our work to make America as great as it can be. Representative John Joyce says the American people have suffered for too long under the Biden administration, and the Big Beautiful Bill will strengthen energy production and prevent a massive tax hike for so many. With people both excited but also concerned about this bill, what exactly is the impact it could have on Pennsylvanians? The massive bill includes $4.5 trillion worth of tax cuts, $350 billion for border control and national security, two major reasons why a lot of Republicans like it. However, some critics argue that the cuts would be paid for by slashing funding for Medicaid and food assistance programs like SNAP. The Shapiro administration among those claiming that 310,000 Pennsylvanians will lose Medicaid because of this, and nearly 144,000 could lose SNAP benefits. The governor himself also posting this map to his social media pages, trying to show the Pennsylvanians how each district would be losing things. CBS 21 reaching out to the PA Department of Human Services to find out more. A spokesperson says this: as of now, Pennsylvania cannot afford to backfill the overall cost on its own for these kind of changes that would happen. They tell us hundreds of thousands will no longer get Medicaid because the bill poses new work-related requirements at the federal level.
Shame on this institution if this bill passes. That's not America. We're better than this.
Of course, it did pass. This was part of that attempt to slow things down, an unsuccessful one. That's Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. He spoke for more than 8 hours straight, filibustering, trying to delay the vote. Democrats are outnumbered in Congress by a little bit. That didn't stop Jeffries from not only trying to convince a few Republicans who were on the fence, but also breaking the record, the longest House floor speech in modern history.
Press on for the American way of life. Press on for democracy. We're going to press on until victory is won.
Democrats say this filibuster was meant to give the American people more time to weigh in. Like we said, it did eventually pass. That said, 2 Republicans voted no on the bill moving forward. One of them representing the Keystone State, Representative Brian Fitzpatrick of Bucks County, joining Kentucky Representative Thomas Massie alongside every House Democrat who were opposing the bill. Now, when asked about it afterwards, House Speaker Mike Johnson says the 2 of them did talk at length about the decision and that he still considers Fitzpatrick, quote, a very good and trusted friend. Fitzpatrick from a purple district just outside of Philadelphia. Mixed reviews for sure when we talk about this. We put out this article about the bill's passage on our Facebook page, and you responded. We'll get to some of them right now. Jim says every Democrat voted against the tips and no tax on overtime. Every Democrat voted against putting more money in the pockets of hardworking American people. All right. Jim says winning. Gotcha. Deborah says people will die without access to health care. People and kids will go hungry. Hospitals, nursing homes will close, which also means the loss of jobs. Barbara says you Republicans can start looking for new jobs because you will be out of them soon. And then you have Deborah here. Although people thought that all of this was unnecessary deaths due to COVID was bad, just wait till they see what happens here. So they're echoing some of the things we're hearing from the politicians. A lot of people are hearing those things and worrying about stuff or hoping for the best. A lot of this we won't figure out until down the road. Coming up at 5:30, national correspondent Matt Gelka delves into this as well. The big, beautiful bill, what's really in it? You'll hear some more of the heated exchanges as well between our political insiders when we ask them about this too. And of course, if you want to read up on this massive bill, a lot of pages on this one, and the impact on Pennsylvania, CBS21.com will get you there.